Hi, my name is Scott Davidson, and today I want to talk to you about the Spirit Empowered Church and what that means. You may hear me say, for the sake of time moving forward, SEC instead of Spirit Empowered Church. Just want you to know I'm not talking about the greatest conference in college football, go dogs. I'm just talking about abbreviated version of Spirit Empowered Church. In this talk, I want to cover five main ideas. I'm going to list them out for you before we go into detail. One, we're going to talk about the need for an SEC. Two, we're going to talk about the characteristics of an SEC. Number three, the benefits of an SEC. Number four, the purpose of an SEC. And then finally, the importance of vision and core values. Let's get started. Number one, why do we need Spirit empowered churches? Well, just asking that question out loud sounds a little bit ridiculous, right? I mean, what other kind of church is there? The unfortunate truth is that in today's culture, there are gatherings of people who call themselves churches that have substituted the power of the Holy Spirit and have instead become satisfied by being empowered by other things. Things like money, programs, celebrity leaders, popularity, and professional marketing plans. Not to say that these things in themselves are inherently bad, but not even the sum of all of them together overvalues the leading, guiding, directing, provision, and power of the Holy Spirit for winning souls for Christ. How do we know that there's no substitute? Well, Jesus said it himself. In Acts chapter 1, he lays out the plans of how his disciples are going to create the church, how they're going to start the church. But then he tells them to go and wait. He says, wait for the Holy Spirit to come, because he knows that is the time, and that's the only way they will have the power needed to carry out such a task. So ask yourself this question. If the very disciples that followed Jesus Christ himself, who knew him personally, who walked with him and sat and ate with him and ministered with him and lived with him and traveled with him, if they couldn't start a church without the empowering of the Holy Spirit, who do we think we are to think that we can? Two, what are the characteristics of an SEC? The Spirit empowered church will be made up of Spirit filled and empowered leaders and members. And those leaders and members will make sure that they keep it their core mission to carry out five things. One, worship God passionately by obeying Him fully. Two, connect with others by building and maintaining loving relationships. Three, go out to the world evangelizing and sharing the good news. Four, serve others by using gifts and talents to meet their needs. And five, grow the kingdom by both being and making disciples. Number three, what are the benefits of an SEC? There are several, but among the most noted is that believers receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit and become active members in the cause of reaching others for Christ. These churches are not only able to grow, but they're able to duplicate, much like the church that we see in Acts chapter 2. Number four, what is the purpose of an SEC? Well, the answer to this one is simple: to fulfill the Great Commission, to seek out and reconcile the Father's lost children back to Him. And no matter how big and popular or how small and unknown a church is, they are both called to this very specific mission. The last one is to the leaders of SECs everywhere. What is the important part that we play in vision and core beliefs? Why is it important to our church? If you want your church to be led and empowered by the Holy Spirit, you need to know that it won't happen by accident. It takes intentional actions of the leaders for this to occur. First, you yourself must be empowered by and fully reliant on the Holy Spirit. You can have your education, you can have your thoughts, you can have your plans, but you must be fully reliant on the Holy Spirit. The church will not outgrow the leader. They cannot go where the leader is unwilling to go, and they cannot do what the leader is unwilling to do. Second, you must communicate the vision for where your church is going and establish the core beliefs that will get you there. Think about it like this: the vision is the destination, the values are the transportation. We must allow the Holy Spirit to provide the inspiration, and all He asks from us is our participation. If we can do those things, we can make Jesus' name known to every nation. In conclusion, I want to thank you for joining me today. And I pray that whatever role you are in your church, that it is one that is fully empowered by the Holy Spirit. Thank you.